Hey there, I am here with Melanie Kotef-Bachman of Cloud9 Canada. And Melanie is going to tell us a little bit about herself and her shop right now. So, hey, Melanie.
Hi, Kate. Thanks for having me here.
I'm so glad you're in this market. So tell us a little bit about your Etsy shop.
Well, I opened it a little while ago, but I've just recently stocked it with a lot of my smaller oil paintings. They're all original. I don't have any duplicates of anything. I might have many on the same theme, but each one's an original oil painting. Some are on canvas, some are on wood panels so that you can prop them up on a shelf or hang them on the wall. I like to, so you can probably see in the background, I like to use little easels sometimes too, if you just want to add a little pop of color or something like that. So everything I've got selected from my studio for my Etsy shop is smaller, and a lot of them are quite vibrant and just something that you can just pop in somewhere in your house and give yourself a little perk.
I love it. So how did you get started painting? Tell us about your painting journey.
Well, I turned 40. and actually what happened is we were having a party for my 40th, and I was talking to someone and I was saying, oh yeah, you know, when my son gets a little older, something I might like to try to do is take a painting course. And this person looked at me and said, well, why not now? And that's what started it all. We have the St. John Art Center, which is 20 minutes away from me, and it's got some wonderful teachers. And so I started learning about oil painting there, and then I took some other courses in the area. We've got Sunbury Shores in the area. I just finished a course with Sarah Jones in her gallery uptown, and it just blossomed from there.
That's awesome. So how long have you been doing this? I guess your age.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to give that away now. 3 years. I started in 2017, and so I've been just practicing since then. And this past about a year, I started putting my stuff out and advertising just sort of locally that I've got some stuff for sale. And I've had a few open houses in the studio, but we're not having any of those right now. And this is how I'm opening my studio up right now.
And your studio is what your shop is named after, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, well, our street address is 9. So, and you know, when you think of Cloud9, it's your happy place. And I always have a lot of fun when I come down into this little space and work on different things. And we do lots of different stuff down here. Usually it's painting, but like I said, I've got a 12-year-old son, and he's interested in different pursuits as well. And this is our big space where we can work on all that. So I thought Cloud9, one of the first open studios I had, my neighbor across the street, she brought some of her photography over. And then another friend of mine that lives just a little ways away, she brought some stuff as well. So I sort of, rather than just being Melanie Kotef-Bachman's art studio, I saw it as a place where we could have a few different fun things going.
I love that. That's such a great idea and such a community feel to it. That's really, really fun.
Yeah.
So tell us about a customer experience that's been really great for you.
Well, I haven't had any negative ones. So I guess I don't have too much to say about any that stood out, but I'm just always happy if someone contacts me and asks for something, and I can sort of provide something that gives them a smile.
That's great though. So what inspires your paintings?
Well, I sort of started out with flowers and bouquets of flowers and just something that would bring you just some joy to do or to look at. And so I've got a lot of floral types with lots of color. And then I learned a little bit more about different painting techniques, and I started doing some animals, some just different animals that I like, my dog, some rabbits and things like that. And then lately well, we do a lot of camping and we like to be outside a lot, and we live pretty close to the salt water. So lately what I've been working on is some paintings inspired by the Bay of Fundy and all the different ways it looks and feels depending on the day. But really, you can't visit the saltwater without having your mood improved at least a little bit, or give you a little bit of contemplation, or just a gorgeous vista. So those are what I've been working on most recently.
I love, like, you can totally tell, and where you're from inspires your work then.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So tell us what you love about being from Atlantic Canada, or living in Atlantic Canada.
Oh, it just suits me. I like the fact that, well, we live in a suburb. I like that. I like that sort of intermediate between the city. I grew up in the country. We're in a suburb now, but we've got St. John right next door, and it's a small, accessible city, and I really like it. It's got some great character, and it's not hard to get to. We don't have to wait in traffic for 2 hours to sort of get to a certain venue. Everything's accessible. We've got PEI, we've got Nova Scotia.
Yeah,
it's the right size for me, I guess.
But it's perfect, and so clearly it inspires you being from here in your work. Tell us about a maker that inspires you. Or
well, there are quite a few. I had mentioned Sarah Jones a little bit earlier. She's a local painter in the area, and there are a few others that I've sort of, another one that I discovered through Etsy was Natasha Miller, and she goes by NR Miller. Yeah. And her work, it's iconic, and I just love it. It's got such a unique style to it, and I think it was one of the local Etsy markets where I first sort of saw her work, and then looked her up there, looked her up on her.
Yeah, her stuff.
So we follow everyone on the Instagram and their Facebook and their website and everything else. But those are just two that I can think of off the top of my head.
What do you like about yourself being a maker? What's your favorite part of being a maker?
Oh, just the flow. It's a hobby, and you just sink your mind into it, and it's something to do for a chunk of time that is just very satisfying and enjoyable. I like the whole process of doing it. So
that's awesome. Why do you think it's so important that we support our local artists?
Well, we need to make some money.
Absolutely.
No, well, it sort of goes back to my previous answer, why I like to live here. And so many people are inspired by sort of what we see around. Another example of an Etsy shop that I like is the Heaps Handworks with the stenciled prints with the raccoons and the trees and things. And they're funky, but they also, again, feel very Maritimes. And there's something about that, you know something when you see them and when you use them. The same with the pottery as well. You know something as a connection to the maker. I mean, there's a lot of international artists I love, but I don't have the same connection. It's something I might like to look at on Instagram, or sure, have a gorgeous Ashley Longshore piece or something, but it's not the same kind of connection.
I love that answer, because you're absolutely right. You can pick out, like, when you say heaps, like, automatically I know exactly what they are, what they look like, and you can tell that it's one of their pieces, and it does identify with the Maritimes. And you're so right about that. So I want to know something really fun and interesting about you.
Oh, yes, I knew you were going to ask me that, and I can't really think of very much that's overly interesting. My day job is teaching English as a second language, so I meet a lot of interesting people, and that's something that I like doing. And it's kind of interesting right now because we're making a shift to doing it online, so I'll be doing it online in the fall. So that's sort of something that has my focus right now.
Yeah, so that's a huge learning curve for everybody as well, too.
Oh, yes, for sure. Yeah.
That's crazy. So where can we find you on social media?
I'm on Instagram, MKB Art. So m.k.b art. I'm on Facebook, MKB Art, and my website, mkbart.ca. And then my shop, which is Cloud9 Canada, all
And we're
one
going
word.
to find you this weekend in your shop. And we're going to link those socials below or after this video so everyone can find you and give you a follow and head out and visit Melanie in her shop. Thanks so much for taking the time to chat with us.
Thank you.